Hey, and welcome to a new video. In this video I'm visiting the store FireBrickies. He sold me a card for in my store, and we also take this opportunity to take a look around in a Lego store that's way bigger than mine and see what you can achieve with the Lego reselling hobby. So let's take a look. This is the Lego store of FireBrickies, and this part is all the Lego pieces stored away. It's mostly new parts from now, and yeah, as you can see, it's a massive store. It has about, I believe, 600,000 parts or 800,000, I forgot, but yeah, there's Lego in every nook and cranny. He just moved out of the attic of his house and is now building this store, and this magazine or the storage room has space for about 4 or 5 million bricks. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff. The thought behind the drawers that are a bit out of here are there's empty spaces, so you can add new stuff to it when you do a part out or anything. There's a lot of single lot items, or at least there's a lot of variety. He focuses on variety more than quantity for now, he told me. And yeah, so far it's quite insane how much Lego he has. The bigger quantities are stored in storage boxes from the Action, probably recognizable for a lot of the Dutch sellers, because yeah, who hasn't bought an Action box to store bigger quantities? There's a lot of stuff, mainly new stuff for now, but they are looking into expanding into used pieces too. Here's also some interesting stuff. I've never seen this before, but here are some Ninjago cards, also available for sale at his store. And yeah, never knew about them, so I learn something new every day, which is awesome. So put it nicely back so I don't mess anything up. Also minifigures, he has them in these boxes, and with these boxes he labels the minifigures with a label that looks quite professional, and that's also a nice way to do it. For now, in my store, for example, I don't label the bags, but I might just steal this idea and implement it in my store too. Of course, the bigger boxes for higher quantities is something most of us do, and also for the bigger pieces, which is quite awesome to see. Also minifigure storage, for example, in these boxes there's quite some minifigures, all labeled, as you can see. It adds a nice touch to the presentation of an order. Yeah, I'm just still flabbergasted by all the stuff that's in the store. Quite a lot of shields, for example, clocks, all the good stuff. It's quite insane and amazing at the same time what he has in his store. There's even a box full of minifigure parts, booklets and all that. Let me put it back. The bigger bags with plan pieces and all that stuff. There's even some train tracks I've never seen before, but that looks like a double crossing or something. That's also quite good. Yeah, there's so much stuff to look around here, and it's quite amazing to see what you can achieve by having dedication and keep pushing for it. Yeah, it's awesome. It's really awesome. There's so much Lego in here, it's mind-boggling at times. I'm still a bit flabbergasted. Some plates. Yeah, look at all the space to grow. If you look at my store and the size of this store, I've got a long way to go, but it's quite awesome to see how he handled things, how they have different storage solutions. For example, these boxes in storage racks with minifigures, that's quite smart. I've been putting them in the wall, but maybe it makes more sense to just put them in such storage solutions. But yeah, the bigger boxes. We've had these cabinets before too. They look quite awesome, and yeah, just amazing. Let me take you to another room. Second room of his store is mainly just storage for some drawer cabinets, a good cup of coffee or a glass of water, of course. Also important to stay hydrated in a store. In this part mainly some poly bag storage. Yeah, it's just amazing to see how much Lego, how much different stuff he has. Avengers polybag, Ninjago, City. That's also something that probably will build over time when you're building a store, that you get more and more connections to acquire Lego from different sources, of course, because yeah, you have to work for it and you have to earn those connections. But it's quite insane to see. Here's a box full of Harry Potter polybags. There is definitely no shortage of Lego in here. I would recommend check out this store. Maybe he has something cool for you. I can't imagine that that would not be the case if you see all this storage right here. It's quite interesting to see how some things are handled in the store. They are way different than I thought of them. So this is also a great learning experience for me again. I'll definitely take home some tips and tricks he got in the store, and yeah, let's check out the next part. Last but not least, the sorting area they use. They have a different way of sorting Lego. Instead of doing each part out and then uploading it, they do, for example, 10 sets in the part out, create one big Brickstore file or BSX file, and then they group the lots together. So if you, for example, have 10 sets with all the $100 bill piece in it, they just throw them all in a bin and then upload them by piece. If there's, for example, the 2x4 orange bricks in multiple sets, he collects them like that. You can imagine that if, for example, those 10 sets have 1300 lots, that would be 1300 times walking towards a drawer. And if you combine it like this, you can probably bring it down to maybe 700 drawers, so that saves quite some time in walking around. I think that's quite smart. Maybe when the store gets bigger for me, I might implement it in the future. Then another really cool thing they told me is there's an event at the 1st and 2nd of November. It's called Brick Freak Feest, and it's a sport hall full of Lego with all buildings and creations within Lego. So maybe if you're in the neighborhood, check it out. It's free entrance from what I understand, so it's a great day out in this area. Last but not least is the color chart they use, and I think it's quite an interesting color chart they have. They have all kinds of colors on stacked plates with a nice label, and they made the color chart like this so they can stack it on or stick it onto their sorting bins, and then you can immediately see the color. So if, for example, you have medium lavender in here, you click it on and then you have a better color recognition guide. I think that's quite smart and awesome, especially for the use pieces. That could be really helpful at times, because, for example, the bigger color sheet I have is quite okay, but it's not that portable. So making such stacks could be really interesting. They even have some glitter trans colors and all that stuff. Yeah, looks quite amazing. And of course an overflow of more poly bags and foil bags. So yeah, as I suggested, go check out the store, FireBrickies. You might have something cool for you and your Lego addiction. And as always, thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.